Cold wallets are hack-proof. That's just one of many myths that I've heard over the last 4 years running this channel, and in this video, we're breaking down the biggest myths that people have about cold wallets, starting with cold wallets hold your crypto. The common saying is store your crypto in a cold wallet, but cold wallets don't actually hold any crypto. Crypto only exists on the blockchain, which is a digital public ledger of transactions maintained by thousands of computers all around the world. What a cold wallet actually holds is private keys that control specific blockchain addresses. These keys act as both proof of ownership and authorization. So when you send crypto to a cold wallet, for example, what's actually happening on the blockchain is crypto is moving from one address to another address, and that address that it's moved to is an address that is controlled by your private key, making you the sole owner of that cryptocurrency. But the device itself never actually stores any crypto. Cold wallets function more like a secure vault. Their job is to generate keys in a secure environment, store them offline in a secure environment, and sign transactions offline in a secure environment. That's why if your goal is to secure your crypto, what you actually need to worry about securing is the master key to your wallet. This master key, also known as a seed phrase, is 12 to 24 randomly generated words that give you access to all of your private keys, which control the blockchain addresses where your crypto lives. So anyone who has your seed phrase has complete control of your crypto. So as long as you keep your seed phrase safe, no one will ever be able to access your crypto. Understanding this idea shifts how you think about crypto security, and it actually really simplifies it. The wallet is not a container holding digital coins, it is simply a tool that secures the keys that are used to access our coins. Another common myth is that cold wallets are impossible to hack. The truth is more nuanced. Cold wallets are designed to dramatically reduce the attack surface compared to securing your crypto with something like your phone or even on a crypto exchange. They isolate your keys in a secure offline environment away from all of the threats of the internet, and they require physical confirmation to approve transactions. These safeguards make remote attacks virtually impossible, and in the last 12 years since cold wallets were created, there have been virtually zero hacks. However, no system is entirely immune to risk. Everything is secure until it isn't. That said, most crypto losses don't come from someone breaking into the hardware wallet or the cold wallet or from bypassing its security. They happen because a user was tricked. Phishing websites, fake crypto apps, malicious browser extensions, and social engineering scams remain some of the most effective attack methods. In many cases, victims unknowingly reveal their seed phrase without knowing what they're doing is actually wrong. There are also theoretical hardware level attacks that researchers occasionally demonstrate, but these always almost require physical possession of the wallet along with advanced tools. Even then, modern cold wallets have protections designed to prevent physical key extraction, so it just doesn't happen that often. The important takeaway is that a cold wallet significantly strengthens and effectively eliminates most of today's modern day threats, but it doesn't remove the need for education, awareness, and a little bit of common sense. The next myth is that not all cold wallets are offline, especially if they utilize an app. This is a simple misunderstanding of how these devices work. The defining characteristic of a cold wallet is that it isolates your private keys from internet-connected devices. So when you sign transactions, it is signed inside the device and not exposed to the internet. However, interacting with the blockchain where your crypto lives still requires an internet connection somewhere in the process. When you initiate a transaction, the wallet signs it and then passes the signed data to an application, which broadcasts it to the blockchain network for confirmation. That broadcasting step requires a connection. This means the wallet itself and your keys remain isolated from the internet while still interacting with the blockchain through a controlled process. Most cold wallets utilize Bluetooth, USB, NFC, and maybe even QR codes. The term air-gapped often shows up in the same conversation. Some people believe that cold wallets are only truly offline if they're air-gapped, but that theory is completely false. And all air-gapped means is that the wallet doesn't have any external forms of direct communication to an internet-connected device such as Bluetooth, USB, and NFC. All hardware wallets or cold wallets operate offline, and while air-gapped wallets can technically eliminate some theoretical threats, in the real world, these threats have never been proven to be a significant risk, so when it comes to air-gapped wallets, it's mainly used in marketing to make a wallet seem more secure. Another widespread myth is storing your crypto in a cold wallet somehow eliminates taxes. Taxes are determined by financial activity, not necessarily where you hold your crypto. For example, when you move crypto from a crypto exchange to your cold wallet, that in itself is not a taxable event. But if you decide to do something with that crypto while it's in your cold wallet, it can become a taxable event, and you might owe taxes if you made profit. Taxable events typically occur in crypto when you trade crypto for fiat or crypto for another crypto, or when you receive crypto as payment, or if you purchase a product using crypto. In many jurisdictions, these actions are treated similarly to selling an investment asset. Gains or losses are calculated based on the difference between when you originally bought the asset and at the time of the transaction when you disposed of it. Also, the government can see where your crypto is moving. For example, if you bought crypto on an exchange and sent it to your cold wallet, there is a digital trail that starts at your bank account, then it goes to the crypto exchange, and then it goes to your cold wallet, and then they can just follow that wherever your crypto goes. The wallet itself is simply a tool. It is not a legal shield. So if you think you can avoid paying taxes by moving crypto to a cold wallet, you're wrong. Next, one of the most common fears and myths beginners have about cold wallets is being permanently locked out of their crypto. This concern usually comes from hearing stories about people losing their hardware wallets or damaging their wallets and losing access to their funds. But hardware wallets are designed in a way that prevents this from happening, assuming you use it the right way. During the setup process with virtually any hardware wallet, it will generate a completely random and brand new seed phrase. This seed phrase is a master key to all of your private keys and all of your crypto addresses where your crypto is stored. If you ever lose your hardware wallet or it's damaged, you can take that seed phrase, enter it into a new hardware wallet, and access your crypto that way. So the real risk isn't losing your cold wallet, it's losing your seed phrase. This is why securely storing your seed phrase is one of the most important aspects of crypto security. Understanding this core fundamental removes a lot of the fear that surrounds using cold wallets. This next myth is that you should avoid updating your cold wallet's firmware. The firmware is the internal software that runs on the physical device. It ultimately determines how your keys are generated, how transactions are signed, and how your device interacts with external applications. And because firmware plays such a critical role in security, it's a topic that often raises concern among users. Firmware updates are released periodically, usually every 1 to 3 months by the hardware wallet manufacturer to improve functionality, fix bugs, and patch potential security vulnerabilities. These updates can also add support for new cryptocurrencies, blockchain networks, and other features. But some users worry that updating the firmware can introduce hidden backdoors or potential security vulnerabilities, which is really silly in my opinion, because why are you using that wallet if you don't trust the company to do the firmware updates? It doesn't really make sense. However, updating your hardware wallet through official channels like the wallet's main website is considered an important part of maintaining your wallet security, just like you would update your phone or your computer. And many users who avoid updating their wallet's firmware have reported that their wallet doesn't work anymore because it's essentially out of date. The result is a backlog of updates you need to do before you're able to use your wallet. That's why I recommend updating your wallet at least every 3 months, or just get a wallet that doesn't require firmware updates. That's actually one of the main reasons why a lot of people prefer using a wallet like Tangem. Instead of worrying about having to update the firmware every 3 months, the only thing you ever have to update with this wallet is the app on your phone, and you could set up your phone so it updates the app automatically. It's also the most popular wallet on this channel because it's incredibly easy to use. Thousands of beginners start with Tangem, and I've seen a lot of more experienced users try Tangem after having used other wallets and they never look back. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description that will also get you a nice discount and my step-by-step user guide that will show you how to set it up and use this wallet. The next greatest myth I hear is that crypto, especially when secured by cold wallet, is anonymous. But most cryptocurrency is better described as pseudonymous. Every transaction is recorded on a digital public ledger that anyone can view, but instead of names, transactions are associated with wallet addresses. At first glance, this might appear anonymous, but patterns can quickly reveal ties between wallet addresses. Blockchain analysis companies specialize in tracking these patterns and linking addresses to known services like crypto exchanges, marketplaces, and payment processors. And once an address becomes associated with a real identity, whether through a crypto exchange or some other centralized service, then all of the past and future transactions become a lot easier to track. This doesn't mean that every transaction can be traced back to a specific individual, but it does mean that the blockchain is far from anonymous and in most cases, transactions can be tied to someone with enough research and knowledge. That's also not to say that cold wallets require KYC or any personal information to use them. They don't. But privacy depends on how devices are used and how you move your crypto around. It doesn't depend on the cold wallet itself. Another misconception is that cold wallets come with expensive fees for simply storing and managing your crypto. Generally, there is a one-time cost to purchasing a cold wallet, but there's no ongoing fees to just secure your crypto. When you send crypto though, you will pay a transaction fee, but this transaction fee has nothing to do with the wallet and everything to do with which blockchain your crypto is on. During periods of heavy activity, especially, these transaction fees can spike as people fight to get their transactions processed more quickly. That said, many cold wallet apps have built-in features like buy, sell, and swap options, and if you use those features, you will pay an additional fee to the third parties that are providing those services. All that said, do you actually even need a cold wallet to secure your crypto? I answer that exact question in depth in this next video. I'll meet you over there. God bless.